Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about how you can legally work in the UK as an engineer. If you're joining us for the first time, then be sure to subscribe, watch the previous videos and join along. I am Tino, and on my channel I talk about living and working in the UK, empowering women in STEM, and generally bits and bobs about life and the UK and engineering. I've said that before, now I'm just blubbering. Anyways, let's talk about how you can legally work in the UK. Now, there's so many types of visas that you can apply for you to legally work in the UK as an engineer. But the most common, which is what I will talk about and probably the easiest that you can use to work in the UK as an engineer, is a skilled worker visa. To qualify for this visa, you need to have a job offer from a UK employer who holds a sponsorship license, and they should also be able to prove that your job is on the shortage occupation list. And to be honest, a lot of engineering disciplines are on that shortage occupation list, as you can see right here. Another good thing about having your job on the shortage occupation list is that you pay a little less when it comes to your visa application fee, but more on that later. Now, if your employer has that sponsorship certificate or sponsorship license, then they can be able to sponsor you to come and work in the UK. If you're already in the UK studying as, I don't know, maybe your master's or your undergrad, then you might be eligible to have like 2 years post graduation where you can look for a job, work, and later on switch to a skilled worker visa. So I am not going to be talking about those people that are already in the country. I am focusing on those people that are abroad and looking to come and work here as an engineer. Now, the first thing that you need is a job offer from an employer who holds a sponsorship license. Now, let's talk about how you are going to apply for a skilled worker visa. Now, once you have a job offer, your employer is going to give you what is called a certificate of sponsorship, right? So with this certificate of sponsorship, it really talks about a lot of things: the position that you are going to hold, the number of hours that you're going to be working. It has the sponsorship license. It also has your own like COS, like certificate of sponsorship license number. It has the salary that they are going to give you. It talks about how the employer will take care of your maintenance, or if they're not going to take care of the maintenance. By maintenance, obviously there's like, are they going to be taking care of your move and taking care of you so that you don't have to prove like any proof of funds. So that's a lot of gibberish and a lot of things that are on the sponsorship certificate, and you'll see it once you have it. So that's the first thing that they're going to give you. And the next thing that you're going to need for you to apply for your visa is a TB test. That is, if you come from a country that is on high risk of tuberculosis. So this can be found on the UK government website. I will link the UK government website in the description. Just go there and look for all these things that I'm talking about. So if you come from a country that is, high risk of tuberculosis, then you will need to go for a TB test, and you need to produce negative TB test certificate. The third thing that you're going to need is proof of English proficiency. So you can take a test with PTE, or you can take a test with IELTS. So this will depend on what you want and which institution you want to take the test for. But please be mindful when you take this test. You need to take PTE for UK visas and immigration, that is UKVI, or IELTS for UKVI. Don't take the academic or core or general, because that won't work in the UK. So when you go and book for your English test, please ensure that it's for UKVI, otherwise it just won't work. And then your employer is also going to tell you the band that you need, like the pass mark that is needed for the type of visa that you will be applying for. And then the next thing that you need to prove as well is that you meet the salary threshold. So as of April 2024, the salary was hiked to £37,500 per year. So ensure that the post or whichever post that you're applying for is £37,500 per year or above. Otherwise, you won't be eligible to get a skilled worker visa. So these are the documents that you need. 1, your job offer. 2, certificate of sponsorship. 3, your qualifications, obviously your degrees, your whatever. 4, a tuberculosis test if you're coming from a country that is regarded as high risk of tuberculosis. And then the 5th thing that I think you need is, no, I don't think you need it, is an English test, right? Now, on top of all of this, another thing that you should be mindful of is for engineers or anybody who doesn't work in the health sector, you need to pay what is called health surcharge. So this is paid per year multiplied by the number of years that you will be in the country or the duration of your visa. So if your visa is 3 years and then the current amount for health surcharge is 1,035 and something, like I said, please check the link so that we have the actual numbers. So it would be that amount multiplied by the number of years that you're going to be in the UK or the duration of your visa. And this is paid in full when you apply for your visa. So if you're on a 5-year visa, you are multiplying that 1,000 point something times 5 plus your visa application fee. That's the amount that you need to pay. So this is one thing that I would say. If your employer is going to pay for your visa, kudos to them. That is amazing. But if they're not going to do that, then this is the amount of money that you will need to have right here. Now that you know how to get your visa and we have everything in order, the next thing that we're going to be talking about is exploring the UK work culture, because honestly that was something that just hit me right in the face when I moved, but we'll talk about that in the next episode. So be sure to turn on your post notifications so when I post you will be notified. Now, one big piece of advice: please ensure that you apply for your visa in time, because processing times are different and we don't want you waiting for a visa past your work start date. Ensure that you apply for a visa in time, and that way you are not at an inconvenience or inconveniencing your employer. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and I'll see you next time.